This is...
Wait, we should establish like what we want to talk about. What are the bullet points we need to hit here?
I got it. Okay, so we tell them that the show is called Do You Want to Make a Podcast? It is a fireside chat between two best friends who are on the hunt to create the perfect podcast. They have a lot of ideas, and they can't decide what they want to talk about.
Okay.
That's pretty much it.
That's it?
That's the synopsis. Then we'll plug the social media.
Do like social media?
Yeah. So we'll tell them to follow us at Do You Want to Pod, all spelled out. That's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. You can also email us at doyouwanttomakeapodcast@gmail.com.
That's it.
That works for me.
Wait, I think we just did it.
We did it. That was my plan all along.
Oh, okay. Bye. Except hello, because now the show's starting.
Yes, it is. Before your very eyes, we are here.
We did it.
Oh my goodness, it's magic.
It really is, though. We have the wonderful Andrew Swackhamer joining us on the Zoom today. Thank you, my friend, for being here.
Oh, it's just a Zoomalicious time here.
Zoomalicious. I've not heard that one yet, and I love it.
You're probably going to hear a lot of things you haven't heard tonight because I'm that weird.
I'm fucking hoping for it, my dude. That's why we asked you here.
I'm trapped in this room.
Before we go any further, we keep forgetting to do the only consistent thing from the show that we've done since day one, which is to ask everyone on the call today, do you want to make a podcast?
Yes.
As much as I want to build a snowman.
I'm going to take that as a resounding yes.
I hope that's a yes.
Of course it is, and I'm freezing.
The weather's not conducive.
I'm freezing that. Freezing that answer.
Excellent. Okay, so let's just to give the listeners a quick intro to Mr. Swackhamer. In addition to having the best last name in the world, you are one half of the. I'm going to get the genre wrong, but it's a folk pop ukulele duo.
Why not?
Is that it?
Yeah, we do like indie folk pop soul. It just depends on the song, I guess.
It's amazing. The band is called Starbird and the Phoenix. I believe you are the Starbird.
I am the Starbird. Yeah, it used to depend on the song whether I was Starbird or Phoenix, but now Courtney's hair is just so red.
Yeah.
She out red-haired me, so...
There we go. In addition to that...
Those are my owls, so I'm clearly the Starbird.
That's great.
Oh, Starbird.
Yeah!
I was hearing starboard, as in, like, the direction on a ship.
Bird. Oh, I'm so sorry. My Pittsburgh accent is so fucking thick.
Oh my God.
When you hear Starbird...
Italians what? I love a good Pittsburgh accent.
Oh, I love a good Pittsburgh accent. You know, we're going downtown, we're going to go to Duquesne Incline, get a Redbeards, drink brewski, then we'll go back down in Duquesne Incline. Cross there, use that fucking train, go to the casino, and then we'll tailgate right after, and then we'll just go to the game that doesn't exist. How about we have our own game? Can you imagine the world's biggest croquet game in Heinz Stadium because they're closed? Are they closed?
Yeah, well, they're not. It's not the season for Heinz Stadium to be open, but yes, they are closed.
Oh yeah, that's right. The Pittsburgh Pirates don't play in the football stadium anymore.
Yes, that's true.
It's been a while since I watched sports, gentlemen.
Well, it's been a while since you've watched. I would call mainstream sports. Andrew, you brought to my attention the other day the greatest thing I have heard this year, and that is not an exaggeration.
Yes.
Please elaborate.
Yes, I did. Oh, just a little. Well, I used to collect these growing up. And if you remember, you would put a string in a circle, and you would chant in a cult. No, just kidding. You would put other small versions of these. You would take your striker marble and you would play marbles. But now we have this beautiful thing that's happening. It's the 5th annual Marble League Marble Olympics. I am so freaking excited. The qualifiers just happened yesterday. I won't spoil anything for you. You have to look it up yourself. But I will say one thing, that my team did make it. And yes, I have spent like a paycheck worth of memorabilia purchasing.
Wait, you don't mean like your team that you're a fan of. This is your marbles team.
This is my marbles team.
Fucking right, man. Yes! Yes, there's the shirt to prove
the mellow yellow.
Oh my gosh. Mellow freaking yellow.
Oh my.
It's a soda and a sports team.
Okay, so this is the 5th annual Marble Olympics.
Yes.
Were you around for the first one? Were you one of the originating members
of the Marble Olympics? I so freaking wish. But no, it was introduced to me by John Oliver himself just a few episodes ago. And he said, if you need a good quarantine activity and you miss sports, please tune in to Marble League. And they were like, well, we would love to do it, but we need sponsorship. So now John Oliver's last week tonight is the sole sponsor.
Yes. Yeah, I saw
for the Marble Olympics. And it just brings me so much joy, and I'm so thankful for that, Britt.
That's amazing. So you said your team made it through the qualifiers. How did you train for this?
Oh, it took a lot of hard work. There's a few things that you have to keep in mind when being a marble. This isn't my team, like, specifically, like, I didn't buy this team. They pre-existed 4 years ago before I even knew who they were.
Oh, I thought, okay.
I know, you got so excited.
I was so ready for this. I was ready for you to tell me how there was, like, some, like, you had to, like, draft a certain marble, and then, like, there was, like, contract negotiations amongst these marbles and, like, all this different stuff.
Well, that's the best part is, like, they do have names. So, like, my favorite named team would be Team Momo. And there's 4 players per team and a replacement marble in case anyone gets injured. And then there's the coach. So the 4 team members of Team Momo are Momo, and you guessed it, Momo. And if any of them get injured, we bring in Mimo. And no, it's not ironic that I have named 5 of my fish those names.
Nice. That's the dream.
Oh.
Gotta love your neon tetras.
I feel like there is probably still a very rigorous training regimen for these marbles, though. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure, like, lots of bathing, massages, waxing.
Yes, lots of waxing, lots of polishing.
Lots of waxing. You don't know this, but marbles can get very hairy. They're just rolling around, collecting lint.
Yeah, the dust. I imagine if there's dust on this marble, they'd be less aerodynamic.
Oh,
the wind resistance would be stronger.
It gets super intense. Like, people fall off the track, and then the the medical squad has to come in, and then they stop motion sequences. You never see human hands. It's literally filmed like ESPN Sports. It's just so well done.
I would also I would wonder if, because are you familiar with the movie Bubble Boy?
Oh, heck yes. I was actually Bubble Boy in the musical. You're welcome.
That's great. Love that.
Oh, gosh, I love that musical so much. But I also love the show.
If one were to take several humans and put each of them in bubbles, you could create a human version of the Marble Olympics.
Oh, I'm done with you. Yes. That is amazing. Should I play a song?
I would love a song.
I figured since we're going with some nerdy culture, and since I miss you so much, can you still see me if I pull something up on my computer?
Yes, sir. Can see you.
Terrific. I'm just going to do a little test here. Nice. Well, this is dedicated to you, Joe.
Oh.
When I ripped my pants... I thought that I had everybody on my side, but I went and blew it, all sky high. And now she won't even spare a passing glance, all just because I ripped my pants. When Big Larry came round just to put him down, SpongeBob turned into a clown. And no girl ever wants to dance with the fool who went and ripped his pants. I know I shouldn't mope around, I shouldn't curse, but the pain feels so much worse. 'Cause winding up with no one is a lot less fun than a burn from the sun or sending your vines. Now I learned a lesson I won't soon forget. To listen and do what we read. Be true to yourself, don't lose your chance, and you won't end up like the fool who ripped his pants. Cha-cha-cha.
Yeah! That's exactly what I needed.
Oh gosh, you know.
Oh, thank you. Thank you, my friend.
I just felt like I'm wearing a cartoon shirt. Joe's in the room.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no excuse not to play some SpongeBob.
Okay.
And you know, like, I didn't go see the SpongeBob musical in Rebellion for your SpongeBob musical that you so desperately were dreaming of.
I appreciate that.
Can you remind everyone, like, your SpongeBob dreams?
My SpongeBob dreams. We're gonna have to cut this part out. I can't tell if like this is actually a conversation we had and I forgot about, or if this is just a fun bit we're doing.
Oh, I thought you wanted to make a SpongeBob musical.
Oh, well, I think I'm fine with making a SpongeBob musical. I think because we'll just make one right now. So
Maybe we were just smoking too much in college and we don't remember anything.
Well, that's without a doubt true, but I think what you're referring to is when I had the lofty dream of creating a musical to My Chemical Romance's The Black Parade. That was something I wanted to do.
That sounds freaking awesome and hilarious.
Well, I'll give the pitch for that just so that it's out on the internet, but then we'll go on to me creating a SpongeBob musical.
Please do. I've always wanted a My Chemical Romance musical.
So that was kind of taking the idea of, you know, like the Ray Bradbury world of Fahrenheit 451 where books are illegal, but taking that to all forms of art and expression so that music would be illegal, mainly music because it's a musical. And then the Black Parade would be this band of like what I called militant musicians who were like not only fucking shit up but also rocking really fucking hard. And that was my idea for a loose idea for a Black Parade musical.
MCR all the way.
Didn't you get you got permission for that? You might have already said that, and I wasn't listening.
I reached out to the lawyers of. Like, I did some hunting because I was like, okay, because if you use music, kids, this is just a quick learning moment. If you use music that's not yours, you need permission for it. Unless you're covering or parodying, I think, is
parodying is the best way to get by anything.
Weird Al, baby. He's a smart man. So I reached out to lawyers who had rights to the music, and they're like, well, here's the names of the band's lawyer. So I emailed the band's lawyer. I'm like, hey, man, I'm like 23. I wrote this musical. And by that, I mean, I wrote some shitty scenes to shoestring together this album. But like, this is my idea. And here's a sample. And like, can you just pitch it to the band? And the lawyer was like, hey, Joe, happy to run it by the band. But you should know you're in line behind the creators of the Book of Mormon. And I forget who else. And they were like, the band has made it very clear that if there is ever going to be a Black Parade musical, they're going to be the ones to come up with the story. But I'm happy to run this by them. And I was like, thank you for the kindest rejection I've ever gotten. Because in the theater world, half the times when people reject you, they don't even have the decency to respond.
Yeah.
So what I took away from that was, oh my God, I have the same ideas as the creators of Book of Mormon and South Park, who are like two of my, huge influences. So that was a great takeaway. But Andrew, you recalled some memory of me pitching a SpongeBob musical, which I don't recall, but that's never stopped us on the show before.
I mean, I do lucid dream quite often, so maybe I just imagined you doing that, and I've just been dreaming about you all these years.
I'm more than okay with this. And I think I want a SpongeBob musical from Gary's perspective.
Okay.
So, yeah. So it's kind of like Cats the musical, because all he can say is meow.
And then you have like a translator in the back.
Yes. Also an interpreter for sign language who's translating the English translation.
It's gonna be like Magic to Do from Pippin with white gloves dancing around him. This is beautiful.
Because, okay, here it is. Because there's all these, there's that episode where, Gary left or something, and you got the classic song, Gary, come home, Gary, come home. Well, I want the story of what Gary... I want Gary's story of not only when he, leaves and abandons SpongeBob, I also want to know what Gary does when the camera is not on him in the cartoon itself. I feel like there's this whole other, snail culture in SpongeBob that we don't really get much coverage of.
Yeah, that world has not been explored nearly enough. I feel like you can get very Adventure Time style with Gary.
You know what this is? This is just Cats the Musical with snail costumes instead of cat costumes. Same songs, same everything, just snails in bikini bottoms.
Snails, and it's 9 hours long.
That's right.
Yes.
Because it takes a minute. Yeah, they move slower.
It takes them a while.
They move a lot slower.
So, when they go to sing Memory, it's meow, meow. It's just slowed down.
What if... So let's...
Gary!
So here's what I'm picturing right now. We take the Cats musical... Let's just take the movie, just, to play with, right?
We've broken our only rule on this podcast.
Yeah, I know. What a crime. Okay, so we take the...
Speaking of nightmares.
We take the Cats movie. Let's slow it down to half, right? Half speed, right? Yes. Then we further CGI the face. We actually CGI the faces, right? The faces were the only things that weren't CGI'd.
No more CGI.
We CGI the faces so that way the eyes come out and up.
Yes.
And there you go. There's Snails the musical.
Yes.
I
love a quick fix.
I think they did that on accident already.
There's so many versions that have been taken out of theaters, and then theaters got shut down completely due to COVID, and the Cats team was like, thank God.
That's because Cats made COVID happen.
The Cats movie somehow brought about the pandemic. That fucking tracks, dude. That does make perfect sense to me.
Yeah, we deserve
I've never
this.
heard more accurate information in my life.
I've definitely heard less accurate information, I'll tell you that. This has nothing to do with anything we're saying, but I just need to say this for the record. I have few regrets in my life. I said lives in my many lives.
9 lives
Buddhism.
in your 9 lives.
I knew it.
Hinduism, Buddhism, reincarnation. So I have few regrets.
Pin.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that. Yeah, I have few regrets across my many lifetimes. I've definitely learned from things and grown, and they made me who I am today. Those are not regrets. One of the huge regrets I have is not seeing Andrew Swackhamer's one-man live show of Toy Story. That is something that please tell me there's footage. Is there footage of this?
There is footage of it. There was a full recorded evening. And that was actually the evening where, by the end of the show, I had blood from here that had rolled all the way down
down the shin.
into my, like, ruined my socks and ruined my shoes.
Oh my.
I had no idea. But when your adrenaline is going and you're quoting an entire movie.
So wait, was this
Okay.
now was this word for word the Toy Story, or was it an artistic interpretation of the Toy Story?
It was blatantly word for word with some artistic interpretation, but like word for word just quoted Toy Story.
Okay, so I'm selfishly, even if I'm the only audience member, we need to create either a screening of this footage, or we sell tickets for a one-night Zoom reading of this footage.
Oh,
and I'll buy
my God.
I'll buy 10 tickets. I don't care. I want to see this happen. I want to commission this just because I missed out, and it haunts me to this day.
It should, Joe.
It does. Yes, absolutely.
They had to add chairs into that tiny little room. It was like the most trendy thing I've ever done.
Did you get a cease and
Everyone
desist
was
from
so
Disney?
excited. No, because it's parody.
Oh!
Parody.
The only thing that we couldn't use was the Toy Story logo, so we had to make our own, but we made it, instead of like the hard, jagged edges, we made it like soft bubble lettering.
Excellent.
There you go.
Can't sue me for that!
That's how you do it, baby.
I still use McDonald's colors, though.
Awesome.
Alright, everyone! This is a stinger! Don't anybody move. Shh, 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 shh. Now empty that safe. Money, money, money. Stop it, you mean old potato. Quiet, Bo Peep, or your sheep get run over. Oh no, not my sheep. Somebody do something. Bah, help us. Reach for the sky. Oh no, Sheriff Woody, I'm here to stop you, One-Eyed Bart. Oh, how'd you know it was me? Are you gonna come quietly? Can't touch me, Sheriff. I brought my attack dog with a built-in force field. Yeah, well, I brought my dinosaur. Who eats force field dogs? You're going to jail, Bart. Say goodbye to the wife and tater tots. You've got a friend in me. Oh my God. What a fun show.
I was fully prepared, Andrew. If you did the whole thing, I was like, cancel all my plans for the day.
Just gonna let it.
Thank you for that.
Just let it happen. It's funny. I was like, how does that movie start? Like, and then it happened, and I was like, oh, that's right.
I'm a mind reader.
Yes. I want to. If you have any, this has nothing to do with me because all the work's on you, my dude. But if you have any desire to do this via Zoom, I will help you make it happen.
Oh,
sure.
That would be spectacular. I would like to do some planning, of course, but and some rehearsing. I gotta watch Toy Story again with the captions on, and then. But I do somewhere still have my Sid Phillips shirt.
Yes.
Which I revealed. I wore like a plaid shirt, but then like when Sid comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Bozo, you got a brain in there? Yes. Fucking love that guy.
Oh.
What a freak.
He was a troubled youth, for sure. For sure.
Yeah, but like, shouldn't we encourage people to safely use pyrotechnics? Like he ended up in the second movie working for he's in sanitation.
Yeah.
Yes, that's true.
Or is that the third movie?
That's the third movie, but yeah.
Yeah, Sid comes back and he's working sanitation. And then, but I feel like if we would have embraced Sid's ability to blow things up, he would be such a great fireworks display designer.
Yeah. Or like he would also maybe work for Tesla or NASA or something like that.
Yo, Garbage Man is a good job. It's a stinky job,
Yes.
but it's a good job.
It's a stinky job, but it's a good job.
Not non-comedy thanks. Serious thanks to all our folks.
Thank you, sanitation. Cheers to you. Yes, I'm drinking at 11:30 in the morning.
That's my dude.
Because what else do you do in quarantine?
Quarantine. You know?
It's so true.
know?
Just other than riding in my teeny tiny bicycle, not much else.
You have a teeny tiny bicycle?
Oh, yes. So in my apartment that does not have room for storing a full-size bicycle, I bought a folding bicycle. It packs up. I can put it in my closet. If I go meet up with my friends, I can put it in the back seat of my car and drive it. And, totally convenient. The only
Stop
trade-off...
putting things back in the closet, Joe.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. The only thing...
In the trunk. I put it in a trunk, right?
Thank you very much.
Anytime.
That's better.
Anytime. So what this bike has 7 speeds, it's got brakes, got a kickstand, got everything. The only thing it doesn't have is any way to save your dignity, because everyone looks like a circus performer regardless of height, gender. And this bike is the great equalizer, kids. This is maybe how we find our way to be on the path to a better world, is everyone starts riding really dumb looking tiny bicycles. Because y'all look just as dumb.
Speaking of dumb teeny bicycles, there's this man in Astoria who daily, and you can find him, he just goes up and down Broadway in Astoria. He has, I think it may be one of the world's tallest unicycles.
What?
And with traffic going around him and him avoiding double parked delivery things, you can see this man unicycle about 8-10 feet in the air.
What?
And
8
he
feet?
Yeah, his abs must be insane. Because I just watch him and I start sweating. I couldn't even imagine balancing on it to begin with.
How does he get up there in the first place? He needs a ladder.
I have no idea. I've tried to stalk him and find out where he lives.
His lair? His unicycle hideout?
And decode I'm in bushes. I'm like, there he goes. Where's he going? He's okay. We
Packages
got
moving,
we got
packages
walkie-talkies. He's turning around the corner. He's gonna. But I don't think he's real because he disappears.
Yeah, it's just a figment of quarantine brain.
I should just next time just throw water balloons at him.
Oh. I want someone to challenge him by having an even taller unicycle, and it's just a race to build taller unicycles. Like roller coasters, freaking Six Flags in New Jersey. This is bullshit. They build this roller coaster, which at the time is the tallest in maybe the country, if not the world, King Dakar, right?
King Dakar.
It's only 18, I'm making up the number, but it's a small number. Only 18 feet taller than the previous tallest roller coaster, which was at Cedar Point. So you're going to tell me you spent all this money for 18 feet?
Yes.
Either double it or go home. That is bullshit. This is horse shit. I'm not going to wait in line for King Dakar when I've rode the one in Cedar Point for 18 feet on a ride that is over in the fucking blink of an eye. It's over, but you don't notice at 18 feet. I wouldn't notice 20 feet, but I would notice it if they doubled the size of the roller coaster. Tell you what, that I would notice.
I gotta tell you, though, having ridden both, King Dakar is so smooth.
God damn it, now I gotta go on it.
It's
Damn it.
smooth, buddy.
It is smooth.
Oh gosh, I was terrified the first time I was sitting in this. It's I've ended my life. This is it. This is the time that it's gonna stop at the top, and I'm gonna have to walk down from the highest roller coaster on their tiny little unguarded spiral staircase. But that didn't happen. It was so beautiful. It was a very beautiful experience.
Okay.
And it's orange!
Well, King Dakar's green, I thought.
Is it?
I think it's
don't
green.
know.
I think it's primarily green, but I think there might be
I think
some
Cedar
orange.
Point's
in there.
orange.
Wait,
I think you're
which one's-
confusing your tallest roller coasters.
Which
my guy.
one's orange? There's an orange one.
Cedar
The
Point?
the top thrill drags are at Cedar Point. It's more that's like a red and a yellow, which makes orange.
There you go.
So
I'll take
So
it.
there's something, Andrew, that you said about walking down from on the guardrail from the highest roller coaster. What if we got GoPros and safety equipment and did a podcast like just this show while trying to descend from very tall heights? Doesn't have to be a roller coaster. Just like take this normal stuff, but like really, really, really precarious altitudes. I think it'd be a game changer.
it would be a game
I-
changer because I would shit my pants.
The theme for today.
Just poops for
Just
days.
poops,
So many poops for
poops
days.
everywhere. It would be bad. I would not be able to focus on whatever conversation we'd be having. I'd just be like, guys, we're so high up.
I think I would rather take an object where I could get down another way because somebody's already gone down that staircase.
And how did we get
So,
up
like,
there to
do I
begin
jump
with?
off with, like, one of those, like, gliders from the top? Because I think jumping off with a glider would probably be really
Right.
fun, with the goal being to try and land in one of the sky rides.
Well done.
Kind of reminds me of that new game that's out there right now. Incredibly reliable delivery service.
Oh yes.
Have you-
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you have these very fumbly beings, and they just like wacky inflatable, and you have to pick up packages, and they are just like trying to put these packages. You're breaking the package. You
I
have
love it.
peanuts and stuffing coming out. You got to work together to like fly a helicopter, which is just as bumbly, and then land that. Usually, the helicopter explodes. At least in my experience. But you do fly around, and it's a beautiful experience. And then this one thing that you have to do is land inside the blimp, which is that made it an official game for me. I was like, they've designed it to actually allow you to land in the blimp. I'm like, thank you so much. This is like a dream come true. Technology in quarantine has stepped up its game.
I don't want to forget two things.
Yeah.
Before, like, I just saying this now, we can cut this out because I just don't want to forget. One is to remove that pin about reincarnation at some point. And the other one is to talk about you being a celebrity cappuccino maker. Those are two things that I definitely want to talk about. Which of the two should we talk about first?
Well, let's visit the pin.
Yep.
Yes, let's.
Let's take that pin out of the cork board.
Taking the pin out of the cork board, reincarnation.
Mm-hmm.
Taking another pin out of the cork board, Marble League. Take another pin out of the cork board, Andrew Swackhamer was born into the world. 7 years later, he developed a dream life theory because he was discovering a need to understand his weirdness already.
I love this.
He was obsessed with marbles, and one of his marbles had like a marble within a marble within a marble within a marble within a marble. And I was like looking at it as my 7-year-old self going like, all of these Christians around me are telling me that reincarnation isn't real. Then why do I feel like I am an ostrich that was reincarnated as a giraffe that was reincarnated as a first-time human right now?
Fuck yeah!
So I'm a very tall, lanky, bird-like human. I'm very bumbly. Extra explorative, because the world is nuts. Mm-hmm. But this marble theory is absolutely delicious, because on these separate marbles are the different sectors of worlds that you have come from. So I'm on my third tier, and every soul in marble theory is designated a certain amount of tiers of lives that they're supposed to go through before they can actually begin to achieve their full soul development and purpose. That's my marble theory.
So you came up with that at 7.
Yeah. That was
Fucking A.
That's without drugs.
Yeah! Yeah! Oh, yes! Do you still have that marble?
I do still have that marble. It's at my parents' house.
There was
oh my God.
I don't dare take
Spirit
that
marbles!
with me anywhere. Like, that has to stay safe. Like, the important things are in my parents' house.
There was a drug, though, involved, and that drug is childlike wonder.
It was called, that drug was Fun Dip.
Just lots of sugar and high fructose corn syrup, baby.
Yes. Give me that stick. Oh no. I have a Fun Dip story.
Please? Oh yes, I think is the proper reaction.
So it was Halloween, 1996. A year after marble theory was developed.
Side note, I've heard a lot. I listen to a lot of spiritual shit. Marble theory is like, no joke. I love it.
I know.
Love this shit.
I really got nervous and stopped thinking so drastically outside of the box when I told my parents about marble theory, because I felt the first notion of them saying, get out.
Aw. Well,
They're so much cooler now.
Yeah. But dude, I love and accept this marble theory, and you. It's wonderful.
Thank you so much, Joe. I accept you to the fullest extent.
Thank you. Sorry, it was Halloween, 1996.
Halloween, 1996. Ooh.
Yes.
First of all, that might have been the year that McDonald's put that Halloween tape in their Happy Meals with all of the scary sounds.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Secondly, I was trick-or-treating in the trailer park.
Uh-huh.
Which sounds like a great either song or Netflix special.
Yeah.
Trick-or-treating in the trailer park. And there was this new house that had moved in. I lived on Burnwood Drive, and so we went down a couple roads, and someone had dropped the single packet Fun Dip into my pillowcase.
Huh.
And I was so freaking excited. And it was towards the end of our trip. I was like, I don't need any more candy. I have a freaking Fun Dip. And so we went back to the house. And we weren't allowed to eat the candy that night. It was too late. So we had to wait until the next day. We were allowed to have one flavored Tootsie Roll.
Yeah.
So we wake up the next day. No hesitations. I get into that Fun Dip. I run out of sugar, but I still have some stick left, and I'm like, I need fucking sugar to dip this in.
Yeah.
Oh no.
So I am hunting around the house for anything that could resemble Fun Dip whatsoever.
Oh no.
And I come across a cherry-flavored Jell-O box.
Oh, This actually is not going nearly as bad as I thought it could, but
I get about 2/3 the way through the Jell-O box with this stick when I realize I don't feel so good.
yeah, that tracks.
The heat in my body started to gelatinate the cherry Jell-O sugar inside my body.
Oh no!
I instantly run into the bathroom and I projectile vomit red colored anything
Oh.
all over the floor, toilet, shower curtain, which was white cotton. And just the bathtub.
Oh.
And I go, Mommy! Mommy! My mom turns the corner to see me laying on my back with no side, pale as a ghost, with red everywhere, and red like down my face, and she thinks I'm dead. She thinks I'm going to die. She's like, honey, what did you do? And she started to, I couldn't say words. She started to look at all the Mr. Yuck stickers and make sure that everything was closed. And she finally found the red Jell-O box that I had hidden behind my back because I didn't want to get in trouble. I was, that was quite a terrifying experience. Wow. So, don't eat Jell-O!
Yeah, don't eat Jell-O mix, kids. That's not...
Don't eat Jell-O mix! It will grow and... Is gelatinate even a word? I don't think it's
It is now.
It is now. But that was a good time.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
The other thing... Oh, well, thank you for sharing that with us.
Oh, of course.
Seriously, that was a time.
Yeah, that's a good story.
The other good story is that you are the preferred cappuccino maker of... I'm not gonna ruin the ending, but please go on, my friend.
So I'm helping my my friend open a coffee shop in Brooklyn called About Coffee, and using my barista experience, I took over management for a while he was opening his third branch up in the Upper West Side.
Oh, good for him.
But in the Brooklyn neighborhood is Peter Dinklage. And he would frequent every now and then. And his wife came into the store, and I was on register training someone on the bar. And she said, do you mind if you make the cappuccino? Because he's very specific, and he's very grumpy today. Can you please make the cappuccino for my husband? I said, most definitely. And while I'm making, I'm just like, ooh, Peter Dinklage likes my cappuccino. I'm just so happy about it. Gave him very extra beautiful latte art that day.
I'm wondering if there's a way for you to continue this friendship, because I'm going to assume it's a friendship, with Mr. Dinklage in the quarantine. Like, if you could tweet out and be like, hey man, it's me, your favorite barista, but really, we can still get coffee.
We can still do it. We can do it. My favorite was when he came into the shop, and he had his baby with him, and he went up the ramp, and the stroller made him disappear, and then you could see him again. It was so great, and that made me love him even more. And then that same day, his wife was ordering. I was at the bar, and his kid was by the pastries, and he was leaning up where you pick up your drinks, and there was a woman sitting at the picnic table seating, and he just started charming this woman in front of his wife. And it was the most hilarious thing I'd ever seen. His confidence, he was in a good mood that day.
Yeah, okay. So do you ever have those moments where a joke passes, and then you think of the perfect punchline?
Oh,
because that happened to me
all the time.
Just now. Can we? If I had a time machine, we would go back to where you said that his wife told you he's feeling a little grumpy today, and then Andrew could have said, "Is he being a grumpy elf?"
No, I would never.
That's not the perfect line. That's hurtful.
No, it's great.
From Elf. It's a line.
He's an angry elf. He's an angry elf.
Oh yeah, angry elf. Okay.
Oh yes, he's an angry elf.
Call me elf.
He's an angry elf.
Yeah, but then he's like, call me elf one more time, and then he drop kicks Will Ferrell.
But you get to get drop kicked by Peter Dinklage. Like, that is a great turn of events in my book.
Yeah.
And assuming he's cool with it, he would just kind of like not want to laugh, but he would kind of smirk and smile. Like, I think he would.
I feel like he's cool with most
well.
things.
Yeah.
He's pretty down to earth, and he has the right to be grumpy whenever he wants, or angry. Sure. Like, you've worked hard enough, sir. Thank you for entertaining me for all these years.
Yes.
Right on.
You deserve more than just my cappuccino.
He does come off typically as a very grumpy person. So.
Yeah, it's just his face.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Got that grumpy look to your face.
You got a grumpy face, Peter Dinklage.
But we love it, and we love you.
We love your grumpy face, Peter Dinklage. Oh, I was breaching some... Who's that guy? We know. Iago, Aladdin.
Gilbert Gottfried.
Gilbert Gottfried. You got a grumpy face.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Peter Dinklage.
But he only has something to say about Dinklage, which is great.
Oh my gosh, I just watched a few of Gilbert Gottfried's roasts. He's so wonderful.
He's if you like long interviews, him on Pete Holmes' podcast is quite a good one.
He's one of those comedians that everyone knows from a childhood thing, but like he's actually so vulgar that it's even funnier because it's like, oh, you're this voice of this childhood character that I enjoy, and then he's like talking about shitting and fucking and doing all kinds of doing drugs and doing all this crazy
if you watch,
shit.
Like, you go back and watch Eddie Murphy's stand-up, it's like, it's not okay, like what he says and does.
Yeah.
But everyone knows him from like Daddy Daycare.
Oh yeah,
I say everyone, all our generation.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like he's the reason why SNL is still
A thing.
today.
Yeah.
Just a major part of that.
He single-handedly saved SNL in the 80s, yes.
Damn. See, I was unaware of that, but I enjoyed this.
Yes. The other one that I always think of is Bob Saget.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Bob Saget.
That was a shock, but I was just like, you know what? Do you, buddy? I'm so happy that you need to get all of this crap off of your chest, and you're a good actor. You were like America's dad, and you proved how good of an actor you were.
Yeah,
because you're really
it is quite impressive.
You're really a dark horse.
He's like, I need money, so I'll just smile and nod.
I'll smile and nod until I have enough money to say whatever the hell I want.
And he still makes residuals off that smiling and nodding and saying the right thing to his kids.
There's two things this makes me think of, both of which are rehashing from Pete Holmes' podcast. The first one is that Gilbert Gottfried talks on that podcast at length about all the tiny soaps and shampoos that he steals from hotel rooms, to the point where he has boxes full of tiny travel-sized toiletries that he's stolen because he just can't help himself. And I resonate with that on a strong level.
Why are you just keeping them, though? Like, at least make a mosaic if you're not going to use it.
Ooh, yeah. Toiletry art?
Yes.
Fuck yeah.
Toiletry art. And then you can, like, unscrew from the bottom all the way up. If it's, like, if it's vertical like this, and you have your mosaic like that, and then you tilt it down ever so slightly, and you untwist from the bottom, and then you put a tarp underneath on a hill.
Ooh, all right, Warhol.
A shampoo fountain.
You've got a shampoo fountain, and then you can ride it with. You can just be naked.
A naked sudsy slip and slide.
Naked sudsy slip and slide from Gilbert Gottfried's Stolen Toiletries.
But that whole process, the unscrewing, the sliding, the disrobing, that is all part of the art piece. Like, you have to watch someone do all of that. By itself, none of it works. You need to see it all as one
I feel like
thing.
Time-lapsed, too, would be really beautiful. This sounds like really great meditation technique. I'm gonna try it.
I think, like, okay, yeah. I also want to, like, is there any more to marble theory that I can know about? Because I really want to know about this.
I don't know what. Let me ask you this: in your marble theory, what tier do you believe you are on in your journey of tiers? How many tiers do you think you have, and what do you think those past tiers were?
Fuck. All right. So
It doesn't have to be.
What was the first question?
It doesn't have to be true.
What was the first question?
What tier do you believe you are on?
I think I'm on like 1 to 10, 10 being like the final tier.
Do you think 10 is your final? Do you think you only have 10 tiers? I feel like some people have 18 tiers. Some people may have 100 tiers. Some people may have 3 tiers, you know?
Yeah. Well, I'll say 1 to 10, but assuming that you can like that's like Jim, correct me if I'm using the wrong terms here. Like it's a scale, like you could 10 could actually equal 100 or 1,000.
Yeah, you could extrapolate it to additional tiers.
Yeah.
I feel like you've obsessively said 10 so much that you're like just guaranteed 10 tiers no matter what.
Okay, so I have 10 tiers.
I feel like that's just your soul saying its truth now.
Okay, so 10 tiers. I think I'm on like it's either 9 or 10. I have this sinking feeling
that this is the end of Joe Godley.
This might be the last go. Like I don't want it to be, but like
I don't think it is. I think it's 9 at least.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's where I'm at.
And out of 4 though, from the Joe that I've experienced, out of 10, I think you're at 4.
Okay, great. Well, then that means I have more to do. Although I don't want to just redo this lifetime 6 more times.
No, that's not what it is. It's a different. It's a different world.
Yeah,
entirely.
Your consciousness.
Yeah,
you mean different from this world?
So like I'm on tier 3. I was an ostrich, and then I was a giraffe, and now I'm me.
Right. But that was all this planet Earth and the Milky Way. Like this is all within our realm of reality.
Yes, it's a realm of reality, but it's like you're existing. Yeah, you're existing in a different world inside this world.
I always, and this is something I want to throw out there. This is a fear I have that, like those tree urn burials where the body of the person becomes a tree. I want to do that from a hippie standpoint, but I'm afraid that my consciousness will end up being trapped in the tree, and I'll just be really bored and be like, fuck, I can't move! God damn it! Why did I do this?
But here's the thing, like, if you bury your consciousness here, what if your tree is brought back in time in this different world of marble theory, and your 10th tier is a tree in, like, the 1600s? And then you become the tree that influenced this. You become this 300-year-old tree that influenced Shel Silverstein to write The Giving Tree. Like you could potentially be the Giving Tree.
So this is non-linear.
Yeah.
These lifetimes. Fuck, dude. I thought it was like I would wake up and we'd be dealing with global warming.
No,
like
when marbles are involved, time travel is too.
Yes. Okay. All right. So I feel like we've at least answered the first question. I'm on tier 10. What was the second question?
What were some of your previous tiers?
Previous tiers.
A lot of crying.
Yeah, lots of crying. I think there was something involved in aviation. I've always thought about wanting to be a pilot, but now I don't.
What was your name?
So you were a bird.
As a pilot.
Oh, maybe I was a bird.
You could have been a bird.
I might have been Tweety Bird.
You could have been both. I mean, you have 9 tiers to figure out.
I do. So I feel like maybe I was Tweety Bird in one of these tiers.
What if you were actually just Tweety Bird in Looney Tunes?
You were an animated character in a past life, Joe.
That fucking
not the
totally
voice.
tracks.
Not the voice of the animated character. You were the animated character.
I was the pencil marks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
made
fucking tracks, man.
Someone's hand draw you, and they didn't even know. Right.
That's
really freaking cool.
So that's at least one. We have Tweety Bird. I was Tweety Bird. I wish I was getting the residuals, but it's okay. It's fine. I'm on tier 4. Tier 2.
You got the residuals when you needed the residuals. You're doing great right now.
That's right. What else we got? How else can I flesh this out? What were your other questions, my dude?
I don't know.
That was pretty much it.
I think that's really good. That was it.
Okay. Awesome.
Wow.
Jim, your turn.
Oh.
How many tiers are you?
I don't know. I'm a number. Sometimes
What's your favorite number?
69. Nice.
Hey,
all right.
You have 69
nice.
tiers.
69 tiers.
This is making sense.
Nice.
What tier are you on?
I'm on tier 15.
And young soul.
Yes, I'm and some of my past tiers include Penguin. walrus,
Yes.
elephant, bison.
Oh man, we got ourselves an appa.
Oh hell yeah!
Yep.
Air bison, and earth bison. I was one each in. Yeah, you know, that's what I know.
I'm
for
so
sure.
happy to have been rewatching all of Avatar during this. Like,
Yeah, I gotta start that back up because it's back.
It's just so beautiful and so well done.
It is so good. It's so good. Highly recommend.
The other thing that's so well done that gets underappreciated is David the Gnome.
I didn't even know this. Okay.
It's just so beautiful and wonderful. I think it was like a one of the most recurring Nick Jr. things in the early 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's like deep. It was made in the 80s. You'll find it in David the Gnome. It's so freaking great. Please go on an adventure. These gnomes live in the forest, and they just have so many heartfelt journeys. And
the world
hell yeah.
of David the Gnome.
Yes, baby.
1985. 1985 to 1986.
It's just so beautiful. Like, even if you want to open this podcast with the David the Gnome theme song, I wouldn't be opposed.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it was like the Smurfs before the Smurfs. It just is, it's really great and trippy.
I love it.
But a little bit dark. Like, they weren't afraid to take it there. Please treat yourself. It's one full season. I think it's only 28 episodes. It's like a 28-hour commitment if you...
Yeah, that's nothing.
No, that's literally nothing. I rewatched Game of Thrones as well, which was a journey. But I did stop at the 8th season. I didn't want to watch that again.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Not one bit do I.
I just want to read the book first. Like, I'm done with this guessy crap.
Have you watched all 8 seasons at least once through?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. Oh, yeah. The moment it was capable of being watched. That was like one of my things. Like, I loved getting a little bit intoxicated with friends.
Yes.
And just
I remember it
sitting
well.
in a living room like you and watching Game of Thrones. It's the bee's knees. I love that TV experience, and you know that trend didn't last long enough.
Right. Agreed.
It was only like a 5-year thing that you were capable of doing that, and it's only when Game of Thrones was happening, and now everything's released at once, and it's just like, I can't have a party like this.
Right.
No one wants to stay that long. I don't have enough comfortable things.
It's true. It's a true struggle.
Unless I made my floor entirely out of mattresses, I just don't.
Ooh.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Real.
Yeah, that sounds divine. Oh, yeah, I'm falling.
You're getting sleepy just thinking.
Yeah, exactly. I'm falling asleep just thinking about it.
It's awesome.
Tier 16 getting you down.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm ready for nap time.
Right. Nap time.
Nap time. A nice midday nap.
Well, since we were talking about MCR, let me play you guys out on a nice little song here. My little interpretation.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for having me on the show.
Yes.
You're beautiful. I quite enjoy you.
It's mutual.
Thumbs up all the way.
Long ago, just like a hearse, you died to get in again. We are so far from you. Burning on, just like a match, you strike to incinerate the lives of everyone you know. And what's the worst to take? Worst to take from every heart to break. Heart to break like a blade of stain. Well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst thing the very hurt you saw. And what's the worst to take? Worst to take from every heart you break? Heart you break like a blade you stay. Well, I've been holding on tonight. What's the worst thing I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Well, if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Can you hear me? Are you near me? Can we pretend to leave and then we'll meet again when both our cars collide? What's the worst thing I can say? Things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night. Well, if you carry on this way, things are better if I stay. So long and good night. So long and good night.
Perfect. Everyone, follow Andrew Swackhamer on Instagram. Follow Starbird and the Phoenix.
Yes, and
it's
watch my
beautiful
weekly
music.
show and Tell with Kristen Dausch.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, we have a weekly show called Show and Tell. You can follow us at Showy and Telly on Instagram.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's very cool. We have featured guests and an open mic, and we share the screen and have a jolly time whilst drinking and being silly. And
Nice.
yeah, it's a
Oh,
lot
heck
of
yeah,
fun.
we're gonna link to all that.
Our weird
Yes.
Kristen Dausch and my cover band is called Kiwi Fuzz because we both used to eat it.
Excellent. Awesome.
Nice.
Okay. We're going to link to all that. FaceTime your moms, kids, and stay healthy and
yeah.
safe and kind out there.
Bye, Mom.
Awesome. Bye, Mom.
Love to you all. What's the worst thing I can say?